totally unexpected, the interesting power of TikTok. I try my best to give people a platform, and I never know what they're going to say, but that was a pleasant experience. Hey Brenda, how's everybody doing today? So as I started off with my chat, public speaking is really beneficial, not just for your personal brand, your personal confidence, but just to get well known on an app or in your city. And many of us, including Brenda, and I'm sure some of you on the line, are using your platforms to share your talent, share your skills, and so on and so forth. And the beautiful thing about doing that is the more you do that every day and you're consistent and you show up being your authentic self, the more people will add you on their podcast, or even in this particular situation where I just went live and someone randomly wanted to show their talent, even though it wasn't a part of this live stream, it just kind of happened by chance. Who knows, maybe if I was in the country music industry, maybe I would have met with that young man and talked to him about a potential opportunity to sing for my record company. And that's just the beautiful thing about social media. So some of the tips and advice that have been helping me that I use personally so that people can invite me on their platforms is just showing up with a different mix of content. And I know I say a lot, the entertainment, education, inspiration, or motivational posts. And that can be a combination of life motivation, that could be business motivation. If you're a creative like Brenda, and I'm sure many of you share some of your creative talent and skills and how you do your products or your services, or how you come about creating content. That could be behind the scenes videos, that could be pre-COVID-19, maybe you're in your store. That could be also having a business show or your own podcast where you invite people in your industry, you invite local talent, other creatives, other business owners, or people that you admire on social media, giving people a chance to talk. Because the beautiful thing about the universe is when you give, the universe always has a chance of giving back to you. So the other thing that people usually say to me when they choose to have me on their platform is I consistently show up. So consistency is not really just showing up every day, but it's, recognizing other people's content, whether you're doing a stitch or a duet here on TikTok. That's, putting somebody's Instagram story up of a nice comment or a product or a service that you bought that you personally appreciate from that vendor, so on and so forth. And it's also networking. I think a lot of people, they kind of underestimate the value and importance of networking on the internet. Some of the great places to network, other than here on TikTok, is on LinkedIn and Instagram. Every time I get a new follower on Instagram, I definitely send a voice note telling people that I appreciate them joining if they have any questions. And I also introduce that I go live every Monday on Instagram, kind of just creating an atmosphere so that they can ask me questions, they can leave comments, they can provide feedback, because I accepted a friend request on LinkedIn and so on and so forth. And sometimes people don't always, send you a note or send a personalized note. So sending personalized notes is very important. I know here on TikTok, there's not much that we can do with the voice notes. I'm sure they do that for security reasons with all the children and the adults on this app. But if you even have just a template little comment that you send to people, always make sure that you look at their profile instead of just doing a copy and paste comment or a copy and paste voice note. What I like to do on LinkedIn is I like to look at where the person's from. If I've been there before, I tell them, I've been to San Francisco, one of the best places for vegetarian restaurants. And then, hey, Puppet Owl, how are you? How's Saturday going? And so on and so forth. So that networking capability that you or your team has is really important. Sending out an olive branch, asking people to join you on a live stream. If you are going to go live, I highly recommend that you also mix it up. Do some live streams where you're doing presentations, do some live streams where you're doing product presentations, and do some live streams where you're interviewing influencers or people that you really admire on the apps that you're using. That way you're introduced to their potential customers, their potential followers, so on and so forth. And you're establishing some kind of an online network while you're using TikTok or Instagram. TikTok is a little difficult. I think like some of the best ways that I've been networking is really just watching people's comments, doing my best to reply to most, if not all, comments. I do have some videos that just kind of go off the charts and I get a lot of negative comments on there. I try to avoid replying to those because it can turn into a negative outcome. But I really just do my best to watch other people's comments, leave comments, like people's content. I like to share people's content. And I really take a vested interest in when I reply to people, I try to say their first name if they have a first name on their profile. And as a result of doing that, it helps me remember people. Like Brenda, everybody, Miss Craft Princess, she follows me on Instagram, and because we communicate with each other on Instagram, I remember her name. So when I see her picture, I know who that is. So try to treat your social profiles like your neighborhood, like the neighbor next door or the kid down the street that always comes by because you have the best, I don't know, the best food or something like that for the barbecue and they come by. So treat your online community the same way you treat your neighbors, your colleagues, your classmates, whatever it is that you call it in your country. And remember people's name. People love being called by their first name. And if you don't think that's important, it really, really is. And just respect people. You don't have to reply. I know I say sometimes reply to all your comments. If you post something and somebody's really negative, or I like to do social media news, sometimes people talk about the people that I'm presenting, and that's not my intention. My intention is to report on the news. So if I see negative comments about Addison Rae, or not too long ago, Jimmy Fallon, I posted a news story about him and people were saying this and that, I do not reply to that because I didn't share that news video to, you know, make fun of anybody. It's just a topic of neutrality to see what people think about this news topic, so on and so forth. So Brenda says, you're always so good about commenting on my post and responding to my comments. Yes, I do that because I know that every second of our time is very, very important. And I think some companies, you're good at that too, Brenda. When you see something that you like on my Instagram stuff, you leave comments, and I really appreciate that. But I really just try to think that's 1 second or 5 seconds of somebody's time they took to read my post, and they don't have to read anything. We all put content out there. Sometimes we do trending or viral stuff, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get comments and sometimes we don't, but I try to respect everybody's time, and I try to understand if somebody leaves a comment on my profile, I'm gonna do my best and go over to their page, look at something that I appreciate and reply back, because I don't know, that's just the kind of person I am. You don't have to do that per se, but that's what kind of builds those relationships with potential customers. And you'd be surprised when people have been following you for a couple of months, a year or two, and they haven't you know, done anything with your content, no likes, no comments, no story views, and they buy from you. Or you just have somebody that you network with. I've had a couple of female entrepreneurs that haven't bought anything from me, but we've met at a local mall here in my city. We wore a mask, we kept it safe, and now I'm making friends in the business community in my city. So not everything is a sale, but sometimes you just meet great people on Instagram, on TikTok, and if they're far away, you do Zoom chat, and then they know someone that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and your name starts getting around your community or just in a certain industry on an app, and that's how you start getting public speaking opportunities. Hey, Twiza King, how are you? Thanks so much for joining in. That's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing how beautiful social media is and how much opportunities there are for each and every one of us to win. I know branding is not just for businesses. If you have a part-time, a full-time job, you should be creating content. You should be sharing your best tips and skills and advice. Employers are on TikTok. I know I shared a video a couple of days ago that the global marketing vice president of TikTok, I follow him on LinkedIn, and he said they're gonna create like TikTok resumes, where they might create a hub just for people to share videos about their talents and skills, so that employers and business owners and job hunters or recruiters, shall I say, are looking for people with talent. So if you have a job, one of the best ways to stay employed and stay on the top of decision makers' minds at companies, whether you have a product, your service, or you are your product and service as an employee, is to share content. You'd be surprised how many opportunities I've had with customers and people asking me to go on their live streams. Just the other day, I was on a diversity marketing online live stream. A lady in Toronto, I asked her to be on my business show 2 months ago, and she returned the favor without me asking by asking me to be on her diversity marketing live stream. And the live stream was just about people who are new in marketing. They wanted to go and find out how to network, what can they do on LinkedIn to stand out. It's Louisa. Oh, where are you from, Louisa? And so on and so forth. And I didn't ask her, after I had her on my show, I didn't ask her, if something comes up, remember me. She just remembered me. And she follows me on Instagram. And I'm sure there was something about me out of all the many marketers in Canada where she asked me to be a part of this opportunity. So didn't want to stay on for too long. I'm going to head to the mall soon and go to Starbucks and check out what's at the mall. But I just wanted to join in and share my tips and advice on what I'm doing to stand out. I've got a lot new funny storytelling clips coming up, which I will also be sharing on my Instagram. And I do my best to share the best of the best on Instagram Reels. But I have more coming up soon. So I hope these tips and advice help for public speaking. And I hope that the videos that I'm sharing are helping each and every one of you. And I will do my best to do another live stream tomorrow on Sunday. And maybe in the summertime, I'll amp it up like I did last summer, 4 or 5 times a week. Let's see about my schedule, because we're spending so much time in front of screens right now. It gets very overwhelming to always be in front of a TV or a phone screen. But thank you, Brenda. Hey, Maham, how are you? Have fun. Oh, thanks for joining. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me on my live stream. Stay safe, wear your masks, have fun. Don't let this quarantine life get the best of you. It will be over soon. Develop yourself, network online. I mean, I know I feel isolated sometimes too, but what you can do is build networks. Hey, Daniele, how are you? Build networks online, network with your audiences on every app, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Don't underestimate the value. Oh, another invitation. Okay, someone's gonna join. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna end this one, my dear, because I don't see that you are talking, but thanks so much for joining me. All right. All right, everybody, I'm going to get going. Thanks so much for joining me on TikTok Live, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And what I'll do is I'll save this. Missed out on some of the public speaking opportunity tips and advice. You'll be able to see it on IGTV sometime this week. Bye, Daniele. Bye, Maham, and bye, Brenda, as well as Louisa. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.